Hello, everybody, and happy Wednesday. And I'm seeing myself double. Be glad that you can't because that's a little bit irritating. So I am actually going to close that one down because it's so not needed. Hello, everybody. You are here. If you're here, you're probably here for my live about 3 hacks to shatter self doubt and smash your 2024 career goals. Are you just tired of feeling stuck and paralyzed by that nagging voice in your head whispering, what if you fail? What if you get it wrong? What if you look stupid? That's what mine says to me. I don't know what yours says to me, but that's what mine says to me. Well, fear not, my ambitious friend, because today we're taking flight. We're blasting through the clouds of self-doubt and launching you straight to career sets for 2024. So go ahead and buckle up because we're about to unleash 3 proven strategies that will turn all of your what ifs into resounding I got this. So I'm going to click over to be sure that I can see comments. I welcome your comments and your questions. Go ahead and drop them, and I will try to get to them while we are on the air. Okay. I'm Dr. Twanna, and I am of TwannaCarter.com, and I'm a career coach for professional Black women. So let's go ahead without further ado and get started with strategy number 1. All right. So strategy number 1. You have to face the fact that there are these things I call them doubt demons, right? Let's face it, doubt is a master manipulator. It wears disguises. When you hear it, it's disguised as fear of failure. And for some folks, fear of success. For others, imposter syndrome. And that ever-present inner critical voice that just tells you, whispers in the back of your ear over and over, you're not good enough. What if you fail? What about this and what about that? You cannot let these doubt demons dim your fire. And so I'm unveiling to you today their tricks, and we're going to expose their lies for what they are and tell you that they're merely illusions designed to hold you back. So let's get started with unmasking. Okay. So task number 1, okay, the biggest doubt demons, right? Got to hit them head on. It's 3 of them. And I struggle with this one. The perfectionist. This beast whispers, it's not good enough. That's not good enough. So when you hear that voice over and over in your head, what happens is you start to fear doing anything because you fear you're going to fail, right? And so because you fear you're going to fail, you get paralyzed, you don't try anything. So what you have to do is you have to embrace progress over perfection. Say that again. Progress over perfection. It doesn't have to be perfect. Did you make progress? That's what's important. And then you also have to learn to celebrate big, celebrate small, celebrate in between, celebrate period. Anytime you get something right, celebrate it. Okay? Because otherwise you stay stuck in that perfectionist stance and you try nothing. You just end up sitting stuck in the same place month after month, year after year. I've had clients stuck in the same place for 15 years because they fear that I'm not going to get this perfect. Don't worry about perfect. Just get something done. Okay. Number 2, the second doubt demon is the overthinking. This was so mean too. This one gets you lost in the weeds of what ifs. And what if this happens? And what if I do it like that and that this goes wrong? And what if this? And what if? And the next thing you know, you're trying to chase down each what if and analyze each one. You get lost in analysis paralysis. And if you don't take action, you start to listen to the inner critic voice in your head and it starts to sabotage you with doubt. With this one, you have to take action to silence the noise in the back of your head so that you can stay laser focused on your goals or your intentions. I'll put a link to why I now make intentions. I don't do New Year's resolutions, but I do intentions, and I tend to make more intentions than goals because it's chiller and I get more things done. Okay. So you do want to challenge your inner critic with reality. For example, the inner critic voice is, you never do anything right. You're such a loser. So you challenge the reality of that, right? You start looking at all the things that you've done right, right? Did you get up in the morning and go to work? Well, that's you did right. Did you interview for a job? You did right. Are you paying your bills on time? You did right. There are a lot of things that you can do right. And so you start listing those things and then you challenge your inner critic voice with reality. That's how you start to break through. Challenge it by recalling all the successes that you had. And again, it doesn't matter if they're huge, gigantic, or large, or if they're small ones. I said, did you get up out of bed? Did you make your bed up today? That's a success. That's a win, right? Call them all out. And the last doubt demon is, again, the imposter. This sneaky demon makes you feel like you don't belong. You're never good enough for anything. You get caught up in your head with anxiety and fear. Now, you have to understand that you still have to challenge it with reality, right? You have to empower your own brilliance and claim your rightful place. Again, it's not about being perfect. It's not even about being right all the time. It is about, did you make a decision? Did you take a risk and did you do it? Because if you take a risk and it didn't come out quite like you thought, well, you do it over. You course correct while you're in motion. That's the thing about it. You just course correct as you go along. Okay. So we're going to talk about step number 2. Build your unshakable roadmap. Right. This is how we disarm the doubt demons. It's time to take it to the next level and chart your own course to career domination. How do you do that? Well, you have to build a crystal clear roadmap, one that fuels your confidence and keeps you on track by doing this. You do want to define your why. Why are you doing this? Why? What ignites your passion? What drives you to excellence? Unearthing your why is like the rocket fuel that will propel you forward. When you get it right, you don't mind going in doing the things that you need to do. And sometimes you'll work hard. I'm not a big proponent of working hard. I'm a huge proponent, however, of working smart. It does take hard work here and there, but I don't believe in coaching my clients that every day you should be working hard. You work smart and you shouldn't have to work hard as much, right? Number 2, set smart goals that's, smart, they're time oriented, they're specific, they're attainable, all of those things. Or you can set intentions. Again, I'll link to my video that I did on why I now set intentions. And I get so much more done when I set intentions and I'm not held on to a time bound date on the calendar where if it starts to look like it's going to slip away, you start to kind of feel bad and give up. That's why a lot of people don't keep New Year's resolutions and why they don't always keep goals. But intentions will get you both, and you can do so much more with intentions. Okay. And the third thing you need to do is craft a winning action plan. Break those goals down into small bite-sized pieces, right? Yes, you may have to, when you build a building, someone's, they're building buildings. They don't say build a building. They start small because you have to lay the foundation and then come up from there. Your action plan should do the same thing. Start with the foundation and then build up. That way you don't get overwhelmed. You don't feel like it's too much work and you just kind of start to fall to the wayside like this will never work. So why should I try anyway? All right. Building small and completing the small things builds momentum, right? It builds that momentum that keeps you motivated. Okay. And that last step that we want to talk about today is quite simply, you're in launch mode. Take action, engage, do something, move forward. Look, I'm an introvert. Let me just say that. I love it in my headspace. I love it there. I can build plans out of this world, multi-level plans, and it's beautiful. I do say so myself. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. But it's all for naught. It's worth nothing if you don't take action. You have to blast off. You got to move out of the starting gate. You got to put the car in gear, start driving it. You got to take some kind of action, or else your plans are just that. They're just plans. They're just visions. They don't come to anything unless you actually move. And so here are some actionable tips to supercharge your progress and leave doubt in the dust. Number one, visualize your success. Now, you may call it visualization. You may call it mental rehearsal. Whichever one you call it, it works. Create a vision board that embodies your goals and your aspirations. See it, believe it, and achieve it. You've heard that before, right? And number two, find your tribe. We know for sure, science says that when people feel isolated, depression, you feel more depressed if you're depressed. If you're anxious, you feel more anxious if you're isolated, right? And you just feel worse. Your fear feels like worse when you're isolated. So again, depression, fear, and anxiety, they all feel worse than they actually are when you feel isolated. So you do want to find your tribe. Surround yourself with the people who are supportive, who are like-minded individuals, and who believe in you. That fuels your fire. And I always like to drop in that caveat. The little people, I won't say little people, the people in your life who are nasty, they're nice and they're nasty. This is not who we're talking about in your support circle. You know the kind. They kind of sort of are your friends, but they say little rude, demeaning things to you, dismissive things. Those are not those people. You don't want to hang out with them if you're trying to fuel your fire, okay? I'm just saying. We all have them in our lives, they just kind of hang on and hang around in the corner. But when we talk about your supportive team, they shouldn't be on your supportive team, right? They may be great people in and of themselves, but if they don't mean you well and they drag you down, you really don't want them on your support team. And then finally, celebrate your wins. It's so important to acknowledge and celebrate your achievements. No matter how small they are, no matter how big they are, it doesn't matter. Even if you've done the same thing, you achieved the same thing 50 times, still celebrate all 50 times. Every step forward is a victory, right? And so do remember that the journey to career success is yours, not someone else's. It's yours alone. But you don't have to go it alone. It's your dream, but you don't have to go it alone. In fact, you heard me mention vision board. If you'd like for me to host a virtual vision board party in 2024, drop smash 2024 in the comments and I will get that set up. So your vote does count. And definitely you'll want to tune in next week for the results. Okay, so remember, doubt may whisper, but confidence roars, like Katie said, roar. You just roar for it, right? So with the right tools and the right strategies, you can actually silence the noise of all your doubt demons and your inner critical voice, and you can dominate your career goals in 2024. Happy New Year. I'll see you next year. Take care, everybody.